Hello everyone, welcome to our new video. Our GA4 series is going on. If you want to watch the whole series, you can come to our channel and watch those videos from here. Okay, so in today's lecture, we'll be discussing about how to create audiences in GA4. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, let's get to know what is audiences, and then we'll see how to create audiences practically from GA4 dashboard. Okay, so for learning more about audiences, we'll go to the official documentation of GA4. So you can see over here GA4 introduction to audiences in Google Analytics. Audiences are groups of your users who share the same attribute. You can share audiences with the advertising products you like Google Ads. So you can market to a specific groups of users. So what is an audience? In Google Analytics, an audience is a group of users from your site or app who have generated similar behavioral data or who share demographics or other descriptive data. For example, same age group, same gender were acquired by the same campaign. For example, you might want to create an audience of all users who have made a purchase of any kind purchase event greater than 0. You might find this audience too large for the practical purposes of your ad campaigns. In this case, you can identify smaller groups of users who have more specific behavior and demographics in common, like users from California who have purchased 1 to 5 times, users from San Francisco, California who have purchased 1 to 5 times in last 7 days, users from San Francisco who purchased 1 to 5 times in the last 7 days and who has spent more than $100, So they have given us some instructions on audience reporting, advertising, optimize, experiment, A/B multivariate test, differences between universal analytics and GA4 audiences, predictive audiences. Yeah, so I'm going to share this doc file in the video description so that you can study further about audiences in GA4. So let's see how we can practically create audiences from GA4 dashboard. So I have created 10 practical cases, okay, for creating audiences. So you can see over here. So yeah, so let's create the first audience. So I want to create an audience whose age range is between 25 to 34 and their male and their country is USA. Okay, so let's create the first audience. So for creating audience, I'll go to the admin section. Then I have an option called audiences. Then I'm going to click on new audiences, So you can see we have different options available here. Like we can create a custom audience. We have different options like general, templates, predictive, So we'll see all of them gradually. So let's start with the first one, which is create a custom audience. So I'm going to click on this. And what was our condition? Age range 25 to 34. Then I'm going to click on add new condition. Then I'll go to the demographic section. Then I'm going to choose age from here and I'll click on add filter. Then we have two options available here, like age is one of or age is not one of. So I'm going to choose age is one of. Okay. And from this drop down, I'm going to choose 25 to 34. So you can see we have different types of age ranges available here, like 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, and 65 plus. So you can customize those age range according to your requirements. So for the time being, I'm going to choose 25 to 34 and I'm going to select this check mark at any point of time, and I'm going to click on apply. So before clicking on apply, you can increase the day time. Like by default, it is showing 30 days. So you can customize those days according to your requirements, or you can choose set to maximum limit. So maximum time duration is most probably 540 days. So you can choose any dates or any days between 500 to 40 to 0, so it is up to you. So for the time being, I'm going to choose 60. Okay. Then I'll go to the S section again, and I'm going to choose 25 to 34, and I'm going to click on this one and click on apply. And what is the next condition? And next condition is gender must be male. So I'll go to the so you can choose and or formula. So for the time being, I'm going to choose and, and I'll click on add new condition. I'll go to the demographic again and choose gender from here. And if I click on add filter, then you can see over here, we have three options available here, like male, female, others. So I'm going to choose male for now. And I'm going to choose at any point of time and click on apply. Okay, perfect. And what is the last condition? Country must be USA, So I'll click on and again, and I'm going to click add new condition. And if I scroll down a little bit, then I'll see an option called geographic. Then I have an option called country. So you can either choose country or country ID. So for the time being, I'm going to go with country. Okay. And I'll click on add filter. Then you can see over here, country contains United States. So I'm going to choose United States and check this check mark at any point of time. So I'm going to click on apply, So we have created an audience with the age range of 25 to 34, and their gender is male and country is USA, So I'm going to name the audience as is range 25 to 34, then male, USA, last 60 days. Okay, then I'll click on save. So you can see over here, I have created an audience with the age range of 25 to 34, and they are male and country is USA. So it will start populating data from now, and you can make a retargeting campaign with those audience in your Google Ads, So this is the beauty of data-driven digital marketing. Okay, so let's come to the next segments, which is I want to create an audience of mobile users. So I'll click on new audience, and I'm gonna click on create custom audience. So before creating the next segment, I want to show you that we can easily create the first audience with the help of templates. So if I go to the template section, then you can see over here, we have demographics option available here. So you can choose the age range from here. Okay, so 25 to 34, and you could have choose gender from here as well. Okay, and you could have choose country ID from here. Okay, so if you choose USA, then we could have created the audience list easily from the template section. So you can use both of these options. So I have shown you the two options, like you can create it from the custom segment, or you can use this template section, So it's up to you which one you want to use, So let's create the next audience, which is I want to create an audience of mobile users. So I'm going to click on add new condition. Then if I scroll down a little bit, then I have an option platform or device. Then we have an option called device category. Okay, so I'll click on add filter. Then I'm going to choose mobile from here. Okay, so you can select this check mark like at any point of time, and I'm going to click on apply. Okay, so you can see over here, we have 159 users for last 30 days, so you can increase the membership duration, as I already told you, so I'll name the audience as mobile users 30 days. Okay, so I'm going to click on save. So perfect. audience 2 has been created, mobile users with 30 days users, you know. So next one is I want to create an audience with Google organic users. So I'll go to the analytics and I'm going to click on new audience. And if I click on this create custom audience, then I have an option called traffic source, you know. Then if I scroll down a little bit, then you can see over here session source, you know. So what is the condition? Go, I want to create an audience with Google organic users, you know. So I'm gonna choose instead of choosing session, I'm gonna choose session source or medium, you know. So I'll scroll down a little bit. I have an option called session source or medium. So I'll click on add filter. Then I'm gonna choose Google organic. That means we're creating an audience with Google organic users, you know. So you can check this check mark like at any point of time. I'm going to click on apply. So you can see over here we have 176 users for the time being. So I'll name it as Google organic users. Okay. So I'm going to click on save. So you can see over here we have created another audience with the name of Google organic users. So next audience I'm going to be creating is to create an audience with Google Ads users. So I'll go to the analytics and click on new audience, and we'll be using the template section right now. So I'm going to choose acquisition from here. So you can see over here we have a couple of options available here, like fast user source, fast user medium, fast user uh, campaign, fast user default channel group. So I'm going to choose fast user source as Google, and I'm going to click on apply. Then if you want, you can choose fast user campaign. Like if you run any campaigns in Google, then you can choose this campaign. So for getting this campaign name, you need to use UTM tracking code. You know, that's why I told you in my Google Ads series, use UTM tracking code so that you can create audiences from your analytics dashboard, and you can use those segments or use those audiences for Google Ads remarketing campaign, you know. So you can choose this campaign if you want. So for the time being, I'm going to choose fast user medium. So medium must be CPC or PPC, you know, because I have set up UTM tracking code with PPC. That's why it is showing up here. So I'm going to choose PPC. So you will get an option called CPC or PPC like that, you know. So I'm going to click on apply. So fast user source is Google and fast user medium is PPC. So you can again customize the day range from here, or you can set a maximum limit. So for the time being, I'm gonna click on set to maximum limit, you know, and I will name the audience as Google Ads users. So I'm gonna click on save. Perfect. Then let's come to the next section, which is I want to create an audience of Facebook users. Okay, so I'll click on new audience, and I'm gonna go to the template section, and I'll choose acquisition from here, and from the first user source, I'm gonna choose Facebook's from here. Okay, so I'm gonna choose facebook.com and click on apply, and you can see over here. So what is our condition? And to create an audience of Facebook users. So yeah, I have chosen first user source as Facebook. So all the users from Facebook has been counted to this list, you know. So you can see over here we have currently 21 users. So I'm gonna name the audience as Facebook users. So you can see we can create all types of audience, like SEO audience or Google organic audience, Google Ads audience, Facebook Ads audience, email marketing audience, all kinds of audiences, So this is the beauty of GA4. So I'm gonna click on save. Then next audience I'm gonna be creating is for I'm to create an audience who have visited our contact us page and services page but did not visit thank you page. Okay. So I'll be using this website. So I'm gonna target those users who have visited our services page and contact us page but did not visit thank you page. So you can see the funnel is creating over here, because I want to create those audiences and I want to create remarketing audiences in Google Ads. So this is so filterable audience, like people who have visited to my services page and contact us page but did not visit it thank you page. So very segmented audience, So I'll click on new audience and I'm going to click on create a custom audience and I'll click on add new condition. And if I scroll down a little bit, then I have an option called page and screen. So I'm going to choose page path and screen class. So you can choose either page path plus query string, page path plus query string and screen class, or page path and screen class. So for the time being, I'm going to choose this one, page path plus query string and screen class, and I'm going to click on add filter. So page path contains services, so I'm going to click on apply and page path. I'm going to click on this one and go to the page and screen section, and page path plus query string and screen class contains contact us page, so currently we have 32 users and I want to exclude those users who didn't make any purchases, or sorry, who didn't go to our thank you page. So I'm gonna go to the page and screen section and I'm gonna choose page path plus query string and I'll click on add filter and I'm gonna choose thank you from here. So thank you. So I'm gonna choose the third one from here, like page and screen class. So yeah, page path and screen class and add filter. So I'll get thank you from here. Okay. So you can see over here, thank you. So I'm gonna click on apply. So yeah, so I'm creating a list with the users who have visited our services page and contact us page, but did not go to the thank you page, So you can name it as this visitors of services and contact us page but did not go to thank you page. Okay, so I'll click on save. Perfect. Then the next audience I'm going to be creating will be for people who have viewed our product, added to the cart but did not purchase. Okay, so you can see the proper e-commerce funneling is applying over here. Okay, so I'll click on new audience and I'll click on create a custom audience. So for the time being, I'm going to be using add sequence, so I'll click on add sequence to include. So the first sequence I'm going to be creating people who have viewed our products. So I'm going to go to the event section. Okay, then you can see over here people. I'm going to be choosing view item events. So people who have viewed any item of our product, and I'm going to choose the second step as, so I'll go to the event section people who added to the cart, and as a third step, I'm going to be choosing people who viewed to the cart, you know, and I want to exclude those who have purchased from our site, So I'll go to the event section and exclude purchase from here. So you can see over here, we have created a proper funneling, like people who have viewed any item to our site, who have added to the cart, who have viewed any product to the cart, but didn't make any purchase, So very segmented users. So I'm going to name it as e-commerce funnel. Okay. So I'm going to click on save. Okay, perfect. Then the next audience I'm going to be creating is for add to cart users. So I'll go to the new audience sections and I'm going to click on create a custom audience, and I'll click on this one and go to the event section and choose add to cart from here. So I'm going to name the audience as add to cart users. Okay, so I'll click on save. Currently it is showing 18 users. So the next audience I'm going to be creating is for view item users. So I'll go to the new audience section and click on create a custom audience, and I'm going to choose add new condition, and from the event I'm going to be choosing view item users. So I'll name it as view item users, so I'll make it as set to a maximum limit. So I'm going to click on save. So I'll create another audience for view cart users. So I'll click on create a custom audience and click on add new condition and choose view cart events from here. Okay, I'll name it as view cart users. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to click on save. So the next audience I'm going to be creating is for, I want to create an audience who have purchased any product from our site. So and to create an audience for purchasers. So I'll click on create a custom audience, and I'm going to choose add new condition from here, and I'm going to be choosing events from here. So I'll get an option called purchase. So, and I'll give the event count greater than 0. So I'm going to write event count So I'm going to be choosing event count, and from the add parameter section I'll choose other, and from the event count section I'm going to keep it greater than 0. So I'll click on apply. Okay, so I'll name it as purchase audience or the sorry. So I'll click on save. Okay, so yeah, we have created all of the 10 audiences, so in the general section we have couple of options available here. Like if you want, you can create some audiences using recently active users, non-purchasers, 7-day inactive users, 7-day inactive purchasers. So for the time being, I'll be creating some audiences using those segments. So I'll click on recently active users, so I'll keep this segment as it is, and if you want, you can recently active users. Okay, so I'm gonna click on save. So if you want, you can set to a maximum time limit, days limit actually. So I'll click on save. Then I'll go to the new audience again, and I'll create an audience with non-purchasers, So I'll keep those audience as it is and click on save. So I have created an audience with the non-purchasers. You can see over here. So I'll click on new audience again. So I have already created an audience with the purchaser. That's why I'll not creating any duplicate audience, So I'll click on 7-day inactive users. So I'll keep those segments as it is. So you can see over here in this audience list, we have 327 users, So I'm going to click on save. Okay, so I'll go to the new audience section again, and we have the last option available, which is 7-day inactive purchases. So I'm going to click on this segment and I'll keep those segments as it is, and I'll click on save. Okay, perfect. Then I'll click on new audience section and we'll be going to the template section. So I have already created an audience list with the demographic section from this template section, So from the technology section, you can create an audience list with the platform type, OS version, device category, device brand, mobile model. So yeah, you can go through these options and create an audience list using technology section, So I have already shown you how to create an audience list with the help of acquisition. So I'll go to the predictive section. So this is for me the best GA4 audience segment list, So you can see over here, we have a couple of options available here, like likely 7-day purchasers, users who are likely to make a purchase in the next 7 days. So you can see over here, they will be using AI and machine learning algorithm for creating those audience, So you can see over here, currently we're not eligible to use this. So in the later part of the video, we'll see how we can get the eligibility for achieving those segments, So next one is likely 7 days churning users, active users who are likely to not visit your property in the next 7 days. So yeah, you can create those segments, and this one is predicted 28-day top spenders, So this is very useful. So if you have the eligibility to create those segmented audience, I would strongly recommend you to create at least these two audience, like likely 7-day purchasers and predicted 28-day top spenders. So you can create those segmented audiences in your GA4, and you can import those audiences in Google Ads and create remarketing campaign with those users, So this is the beauty of GA4. This is the beauty of data-driven marketing. That's why I'm telling you time and time again to create to follow the data-driven marketing rules, So you can see over here, users who are predicted to generate the most revenue in next 28 days. Next one is likely first-time 7-day purchasers, users who are likely to make their first purchases in the next 7 days. And last one is likely 7 days churning purchasers, purchasing users who are likely to not visit your property in the next 7 days. So let's see what are the eligibility or what are the prerequisite of achieving those segmented audience. So I'll go to the learn more section, So you can see over here, GA4 predictive metrics. About predictive metrics, Google Analytics automatically enriches your data by bringing Google machine learning expertise to bear on your dataset to predict the future behavior of your users. With predictive metrics, you'll learn more about your customers just by collecting structured event data, So you can see over here, they have given us a couple of prerequisites of achieving those features, To train predictive models successfully, analytics requires the following criteria are met. A minimum number of positive and negative examples of purchasers and churned users in the last 28 days. Over a 7-day period, at least 1,000 returning users must have triggered the relevant predictive condition, purchase or churn, and at least 1,000 returning users must not. Next one is model quality must be sustained over a period of time to be eligible. Learn more about what actions you can take to make sure your property has the best chance possible of being eligible for predictive metrics. And the last one is to be eligible for both the purchase probability and predicted revenue metrics. A property has to send the purchase recommended for collection and in-app purchase collected automatically event. When you collect the purchase event, you need to also collect the value and currency parameter for that event, you know. So yeah, very useful documentation. So I'm going to share this doc file in the video description so that you can learn how to achieve those predictive audiences features, you know. So hopefully you have liked our video. I have shown you almost all the use cases for creating audiences in GA4. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Hopefully you have liked our video. If you like our video, then you can subscribe our channel, follow our page. Have a good day.